story hits the spot. I hate my real son, but my stepson, ha, that is good. Grab your popcorn. Yeah, someone else told me I look like her, too. 꽁꽁 얼어붙은 한강 위로 고양이가 크다립니다. Hi. So today I'll be reading some Reddit posts, more like revenge plot. I have seen Stephanie do this before, revenge plot, but more of a confession side. So I was thinking like I can do this too. Let me just try it out. I've never done this before, so let's see how it all works out. Let's get to the first one. I just washed my hair, so it's looking a bit messy, but let's deal with it. Okay, so he have given three disclaimers. The OP. I don't know what is the full form of an OP. Can you tell me? I always read like OP. What's the full form? Only person, operating person. I thought of something else, but अच्छा बोला नहीं. Okay, disclaimer one. The story didn't happen directly to me, but I was close enough to observe everything. Nevertheless, I might have missed a few things and had to rely on the statements of others. Okay. Disclaimer 2. English is not my native language. Whenever someone says this, I know the story is going to be a pop. Wattpad maybe. Whenever someone, like an author wrote, like, English is not my native language or it's not good, the story hits the spot, hits the point. Okay, it's okay. I apologize for any spelling mistakes in advance. क्या पढ़ रही हूँ मैं? Disclaimer 3. Long post. Quite long. Let's get started. I work for my country's custom administration, as does my upstairs neighbors. It is a house with two apartments in it, whom I will call Mark. Okay, so the story is about Mark. OP is talking about his neighbor. Mark is over a decade younger than me and moved in right after graduating from our training program. We don't work at the same post, so we don't really hang out much except when we are both at home. And while I am somewhat of a loner, I did develop a somewhat close, semi-personal relationship with him. We take care of the house together, and I have on more than one occasion given him advice regarding various issues we encounter during work. In doing so, I also became privy to his personal life. Okay. To sum it up, Mark didn't have it easy. His mother passed away when he was young, and his father quickly remarried. His new wife had a son as well. I will call him Steve. At first, I was thinking, okay, wait, let me read it fully again. Who was the same age as Mark. His new wife had a son who was the same age as Mark. At first, I thought Mark married his new wife, whose son was the same age as Mark. Am I making sense? Like the stepson, is the same age as Mark. So imagine 24. But then I realized they are talking about his father. Like father got remarried, his wife had a son, Steve, who was the same age as Mark. So brothers, stepbrothers. And it became very apparent very quickly that Steve was the golden child who could do no wrong. Mark's father didn't pay much attention to this and even encouraged it. What inevitably followed was a long stretch of neglect. Mark slowly worked his way through school, getting mediocre grades and dealing with the fact that most, if not all, the attention and resources that should go to both children were mainly aimed at his stepbrother. Over time, Mark's father seemed to warm up to the idea that the focus of attention should be Steve more and more. One should note that Steve's grades apparently weren't better than Mark's, but in his case, a handy excuse was always ready. Mark never explicitly said it, but the way he told the story, I suspect there was some physical abuse directed at him as well, though I can't prove it and I never pressed the issue. To add insult to injury, Mark's father owned a company and was grooming his stepson, Steve, to take it over one day. As not to appear completely insensitive, he had made clear that Mark would have a place in the company as a regular employee as long as he didn't question Steve's authority. So Mark can be the employee and Steve will be CEO type. It's giving major K-drama vibes. I hate my real son, but my stepson, that is good. I'm not saying it for everyone, but like his father, not good. Mark saw his chance when he turned 19 and was drafted into the armed force. My country still has compulsory military service for all able-bodied male citizens. This reminds me of Purple Hats. He sold what he could beforehand, packed his belongings, and disappeared from his family home, essentially cutting all ties with them. His family, despite the treatment of him, took this as some sort of insult, resulting in a flurry of angry letters. Letters are delivered by military mail for free, riddled with insults and indirect threats. Audacity in the. He just made a post. In the end, they seemed to get tired of not getting a rise out of Mark, and the final letter, which Mark still has and showed me, simply stated that he was dead to them. Mark disappeared into one of the many barracks in my nation and ended up serving in uniform for over 4 years. Oh, oh bhai. The lack of family support wasn't an issue since the army pays for everything: food, shelter, insurance. It was all taken care of. It was also there when he met his now fiancée, whom I will call Nadine. Nadine. Aladdin. Women can serve voluntarily, and funnily enough, Nadine had used this option to escape similar circumstances as Mark. It was match made in hell, which resulted in relationship heaven. Ooh, this is going in my diary. This line is so good. I have rarely seen two people more devoted to each other, and it is honestly kind of cringe. After leaving the army, Mark had applied to the Customs Administration, was selected, and completed training. After getting his job posting, he moved into the apartment above mine. So it's now coming to the present. And this is when the trouble started. And to be fair, it was Mark's own fault. He had excitedly posted about having his own first apartment excessively on social media. Mistake. Including the monthly rent. Bigger mistake. The apartment we live in cost about 50% of what the market would normally demand and are thus ridiculously cheap. I will explain later. Foreshadowing. This led to his estranged family suddenly turning up. To cut it short, while Mark was serving in the army, Steve has successfully evaded serving. How do people do that? Got married and had a kid. Took over the company of his stepfather and bankrupted it. He had a regular job now, but it provided nowhere near the income he enjoyed. This meant having to live in a small apartment, which was, of course, unacceptable to him. What seemed to be even more unacceptable was Mark enjoying a much, much larger apartment for much, much lower price. So, Mark's family decided that they should ambush him and demand that he move out so Steve can move in. Especially, his biological father had a stern talk with Max while he educated him man to man about why he should take responsibility and let Steve have the apartment since Steve needed and deserved it more. He bankrupted your whole business and model or whatever. You're still trusting him? Look at your own son. He is in the army. And Steve, Mark. After all, the failure of the company wasn't really Steve's fault, and unlike Mark, he had already a child. Mark was outraged, but kept the stoic demeanor accepted of a former army master sergeant. His family wouldn't take no for an answer, and after 3 months of hounding him in person and online, he finally caved. Except he didn't. Mark had decided to teach them a lesson, and I was happy to sit by and watch. Grab your popcorns! What Mark's family didn't know was why the apartment was so cheap. Government officials in my country don't enjoy too many perks, but some do exist. Since customs officer had to live close by border in ancient times, the custom administration has built a large number of houses exclusively for their employees as not to inconvenience them with long commutes. Like PG होता है colleges के लिए, so sort of like that. Mark and me lived in such a house. The apartment can naturally be rented by civilians as well. And I'm sure you already guessed it. Did you guess it? The rent automatically goes up to the market price in such a case. So basically, 55% मार्क को मिला क्योंकि ही वॉज इन मिलिट्री एंड ऑल दैट, बट अगर नॉर्मल सिविलियन उसको लेने जाएगा तब तो एक्चुअल प्राइस हो जाएगा. इमेजिन 100 का था, क्योंकि मैं 100 के अलावा कोई और वैल्यू देना नहीं चाहती क्योंकि मेरे को मैथ्स नहीं आता. सो इमेजिन 100 का उसका रेंट था. नॉर्मल सिविलियन विल पे 100, बट मार्क हैड टू पे ओनली 55 rupees because he was in the military. Mark's family had obviously overlooked that part of the rental agreement and neither me nor Mark felt the need to tell them. वही तो, उन लोग पूछे नहीं तो तुम बताओ मत. Steve moved in, had a lavish welcome party and lived happily until rent was due for the first time. What happened was disbelief, anger, whining, begging, arguing and negotiating. Except none of that helps when dealing with the Customs Administration Housing and Infrastructure Division. Steve wasn't a custom officer and thus not entitled to reduced rent. The contract was signed and he had to pay. Cha. Meanwhile, Mark and Nadine were nowhere to be found. Mark had learned his lesson, shut down all of his social media accounts, and left no trace as to where he resided now. Good job. Lesson learned. Turning up at his post wasn't an option for Steve either, unless he wanted to face 30 of Mark's work colleagues, all armed to the teeth and in a perpetually bad mood. You know, army guy, haughty, angry. Mostly angry, ठीक है? Not all are haughty. I didn't know where Mark was either, so talking to me was a waste of time as well. Steve moved out after only 6 weeks, aided by his stepfather, all of them with faces as if they smelled shit all the time. Mark moved back in with Nadine 2 weeks after. This is nice. The two are still cringe, but by the heavens, that was some quality entertainment. First of all, इसका English मेरे से अच्छा है, तो bro, I already told you. Okay. हाँ. First lesson, always read the agreement papers and don't sign it, dumbass. And Mark, don't overshare on social media, please. We are done with the first story. Now on to the second. Okay, the second story is a bit short and it's not a revenge plot or something, but it's like a tiny bit of X material. EX. Title. I made my ex believe that I was dead. It is a very short story, more like a summary, but it's good. I'll read the comments also. Some of there are not okay, but okay. 6 months ago, he left me for his ex that he assured me was abusive and he had no feelings for. No apology, no explanation. Just blocked me on everything and I never heard from him again. He lied about everything and I only found out by chance. It was heartbreaking. I almost ended my life the day I found out. For a boy, acha, people fall in love. Okay. I can't judge because people fall in love with the wrong people. Sometimes I should not sing. Okay. Every day since, I just wanted him to know how much pain his actions would cause. I figured if he knew that he wouldn't act that way, but instead of harassing him or begging, I left it alone for 6 months. Let it cool down. Fell into a deep depression and moved on with my life as best as I could. But I decided that if he ever did reach out, I would tell him I died. For him, you are dead, so why not just tell him? Make him regret treating me like shit and throwing me away for all those months. Well, yesterday I get a long apology text from him about how he mistreated me. I'm sure his ex now girlfriend dumped him and now is his ex again, so he wanted someone to talk to again and girl, I see, I'm unblocked everywhere. Juicy. I responded to him as my sister and said that my family had been trying to contact him. I told him OP passed away and left a note with his name. listing things she wanted to leave for him. Okay. He seemed in shock. I told him I could mail the stuff to him if he wanted. He gave me his address and I'm mailing it tomorrow. He will never find out. It's a small world though. He will find you someday. ठीक है, जो भी. As long as you are happy. We have zero mutual friends. I never use social media. I cannot relate. And our city is so big that we will never run into each other. Girl, you will run into him. ठीक है. ऐसे कभी नहीं होता. And when you say this that I am never going to run into him, I am never going to run into her, you will run into them. I hope he feels like shit. I hope this taught him to never mistreat me or anyone. He treated me like I was already dead to him. Okay, so I was not that harsh. See, she already said it herself. So I just made it a reality. Girl, this is good. Oh, one OP commented. And if you ever do run into him, pretend you do not know him and give him a different name. Yeah, someone else told me I look like her, too. Yeah, someone else told me I look like her too, but I'm from a different town and I'm married with 3 kids. Or be your own cousin, start crying about how you died so tragically. You died so tragically. Ask how he knew you and for his name. When he gives it, look like you saw a ghost. Then say, it's all your fault. And just get away with him. Get away from him. Yes, be super dramatic and tell him. She told us all terrible things you did to her, and then start saying all the things you did and just watch him freak out. But, like, if she was in a relationship with him, he will know she didn't have a twin or anything or a cousin that looked exactly like her, so this won't work out as well. I bet he unblocked you because his relationship fell through. You are his fallback person. At first, I thought you shouldn't have done it, but after thinking about it, now I think he totally deserved it. But like, you should have been more harsh with him. Okay, not completely satisfactory, but as long as she's happy, we are happy, right? Right. On to the third and the last one. The next one is a bit long, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. I forgot. Okay, so this one is a bit fun and a bit gross. थोड़ा सा not gross actually. ठीक है. Harsh. Harsh? Did he deserve it? Let's see. You decide. ठीक है. Did he deserve it or not? Like comments थोड़ा ऐसे you know. Let's get started. The title is I catfished a bully for 2 to 3 months, then broke his heart before finals. Before finals is so cruel, but I'm here for it. Like, if the bully deserved it, okay, before the final, it doesn't matter. Like, if he made people's life hell, then before finals is nothing. Let's get started. For context, I was in college when this happened, and this jock was loud, obnoxious, and a full bully to anyone too weak to fight back. He never bullied me because we were roughly the same size and he knew that, but decided to be a passive aggressive prick by blasting music in his dorm, which was above mine. The first step was to set up a Grindr account with a fake username. So, Grindr account is for gays, basically. ठीक है? One of his victims found out he was a closeted gay when he saw him on the app during class and got his username. Juicy! I made the account and used it to catfish him for roughly 2 to 3 months. During this time, we discussed how similar our situations were. I made up a story of being closeted too. I don't know if I'm reading it right, like closet dead. In the closet, so closet dead. I think I'm right. And he admitted to much of the bullying stuff he did, but he felt remorseful for it. I didn't believe him and thought he was only saying that to get laid. Men. He even brings up how he was bothering me and others I didn't know indirectly because we were some of the few people that weren't intimidated by him, and he felt like a coward for doing so. Most of our talks were just him venting and me giving him reassurance. On rare occasion, we nasty texted and I had to send him a picture of my But a few times. He had a weird fetish. During final month, I gave all the screenshots of our conversation to his victims, then decided to hit him with the mother of all breakups. What is the mother of all breakups? You imagining? Are you guessing? Are you thinking? I accused him of leaking our DMs to his buddies to brag and showed him that the logs were posted on the school site and some Twitter posts. Before telling him I hated him, then blocked him. Nice. After that, I completely nuked both the Grindr accounts and the Gmail account I made for it. Hell, I never used it on my personal devices because I didn't want the cookie or data saved to it. Data saved to it. Let's say data. Data sounds more sophisticated. Sophisticated. So I just use it through public computers or one of the victim's devices. That is wrong. Just go in a cafe. But how will you then? No negotiation. Anyways, after that went down, I never heard loud music at night. Nobody ever figured out it was us, or really just didn't care enough to investigate who made all those posts or where the screenshots came from. I don't know what happened to him outside of failing his classes that year because he was depressed and heartbroken. Deserved, according to me, ठीक है. Overall, it was only after everything was said and done that I was like, did we go too far? At least this OP is feeling remorseful, like, did we go too far after all this stuff? I also want to clarify that I had no idea they actually exposed him like that. I thought they made a fake web page using HTML to make the breakup scene genuine, but no, they actually did it. Okay, so basically, OP was thinking that the victims whom he gave the screenshots to will only make a fake web page and send it to the bully to show him that it's on the website and everyone knows and all that stuff. But they actually did it. They actually posted in the real account. So, okay, that was too far. Was it? Was it? Was it? It was not, according to me. So, bully got a lesson. He will be afraid of dating men more than before. Understanding our concerns, at least. Some people are saying that he went overboard. Did he? If he bullied so many people and so many people were affected by it, then I don't think he went overboard. I don't know. What do you say? I can be wrong. I can be wrong. It's just my opinion right now. So, yes. We are done for today. I hope you liked this video, and if you want more of these, I will surely make more of this. Okay? If you don't want it, I will still do it. I asked my friend Ankita, like, if she want to join it, join doing this, and she said yes. Maybe in the future I'll call her or we'll meet and we'll do this together. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. And that's it for today. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh bye bye. Oh, धूप अच्छा लग रहा है. ज़्यादा हो गया. Bye.